Okay, we're going to make a vanilla souffle. So first thing that we have to do is weigh our ingredients out, and for the panada we need milk, vanilla because we're doing a vanilla souffle, strong flour, caster sugar, butter and eggs. The first thing that I want to do is infuse the vanilla into the milk. So we need to cut the vanilla pod, which I'm going to demo, so that we can get maximum flavour out of it. So if we lay our pod flat and run our knife horizontally, if you open it up, use the back of the knife and just scrape all the seeds out. Okay, and do the other side. And pop them in to the milk and the pod. Okay. I always save the pod afterwards. I'll give it a little wash and stick it in either some sea salt or some caster sugar to make either vanilla flavoured salt or vanilla sugar. Okay, so that's gonna just gently heat up. That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to make the panada. So the vanilla has been heated up into the milk and I'm just letting it infuse, and I'm just going to heat up my saucepan, putting my butter in. Okay, once the butter's melted, we're going to add our flour. Make a roux. Just cook that flour out just for a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gradually going to add the milk a little at a time. I'm just going to let that bubble away just for a minute or two, just on a low heat, and I'm just going to add my sugar to my egg yolks. Just give that a little whisk. And now I'm going to add this and cook it out. Make sure you don't leave anything in the bowl because you've weighed everything exactly. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is sieve this out, and the next part of the recipe I need 200 grams, so I'm going to sieve 200 grams into a bowl. Okay, so sieve that out. So I'm going to prep the moulds now. So this is important for you to do. You need to soften the butter. It's really important that you don't melt it. It's not going to work if you melt it. You just need to soften it. And then the rule of thumb for these soufflés is to butter them twice. So once all over, and if you see what I'm doing, I'm using the brush to go upwards so that the souffle can rise upwards. So it's got somewhere to crawl. If you go all over the place, it tends not to have an even rise. So make sure that you brush it up. Okay, once it's brushed once, make sure that the whole thing is buttered and not too much butter on the base, otherwise you get a pool melted. It's going to go into the fridge to set, and then you take it out and you butter the sides again, so a second time. Okay, so they've been in the fridge. I'm going to butter the sides now and then coat them in sugar. So not too much butter on there, so just up, a bit too much. Right, your soufflés are, the egg whites need to be mixed up just before you bake them. So everything can be stored at the moment until you're ready to bake and serve. So I'm going to make a meringue part of the soufflé now. So I've got egg whites, sugar, some corn flour, which is going to stabilize it, and just a drop or two of lemon juice. That just helps with the strength of the whites. Okay, so it's a bit noisy. Okay, so I'm just going to beat this up. Get it soft now, it's easier to fold the meringue in. Okay, so I'm going to take a third of this and just mix it in. And another third. On a low. And the last. I don't want to mix it too much. I just want to, I'll do the rest by hand. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to put it into our molds. So you've got to be careful that you get the mixture right into the center and not all down the sides. So got to work nice and quick now. Let's fill that up. And if we just flatten it off, and keep the sides very clean. Okay. The other thing that we need to do is just run our thumb around the edge like that. Give it a little bit of a lip. Okay, so looking like that. So I'm going to Right, so I'm just going to dust the top with some icing sugar. And I'm going to break into it. And the center should be baveuse, which is just slightly cooked, which is absolutely perfect. Okay, and then to finish it off, we're just going to pour some chocolate sauce in.